The Wadi gawked slack-jawed at the impossibly advanced ruins of the secret human fleet, the discovery shaking the foundations of their beliefs that humans were mere primitives. Senior archaeologist Boron stood on the ancient ship's bridge, staring in awe at sleek control panels and holographic displays far beyond anything the Wadi had ever engineered, even millennia later. His apprentice Zolox burst in, eye-stalks wide. "Boron, the scans, there's hundreds more ships under the ice," Zolox sputtered. "But it can't be—" "Human," Boron said gravely. "I know." "Impossible. Humans went extinct ages ago as primitives. They couldn't build this." Boron gestured at the advanced tech surrounding them. "Look around, Zolox, really look. This genius, we were wrong, catastrophically wrong." He turned to Zolox, expression hardening. "The history books claim humans died out as backward savages, but this fleet proves they were the most advanced species to ever exist. Why would a race capable of this go extinct? Why didn't they rule the galaxy?" "You're saying our entire civilization is built on a lie?" Zolox gaped. "That our sacred Oripaxia Codex could be false?" Boron nodded grimly. "Heresy of the highest order. But we can't unsee this. Somewhere in these ruins are truths that will rewrite history itself, or get us executed by the Holy Tribunal for sacrilege." He gripped Zolox's shoulders. "Swear you'll tell no one until we understand what really happened to the humans, and what it means for the Paxian faith." Zolox swallowed hard. "I swear, Master, though I'm terrified of what we might unearth." "So am I, apprentice," Boron said firmly. "But we have no choice now. The fate of the Wadi and our civilization itself depends on us solving this millennia-old mystery before the Tribunal stops us, permanently." For the next 72 hours, Boron and Zolox remained sealed inside the ancient ship, barely sleeping or eating. They searched through corrupted data files and incomprehensible technical manuals with relentless focus. The secrets of the humans lay just out of reach, tantalizing in their mystery. On the dawn of the fourth day, Zolox yelled out, "Boron, get over here! I got into the ship's manifest." Boron rushed to the console, staring at the glowing display. "What did you find?" This vessel was called the ISS Vanguard, and it was part of a classified operation, something called Project Exodus. I've never heard of it before, have you? Boron shook his head, eye stalks widening. "No, never. Let me check the historical archives." He typed furiously into another console, searching through the vast Wadi databases. After several minutes, he looked up grimly. Nothing. No mention of a Project Exodus anywhere. This fleet, this project, it was a complete secret. Zolox nodded, still transfixed by the manifest. "But Boron, that's not even the craziest part. Look at the crew list." Boron leaned in, scanning the names. His jaw fell open in shock. "By the ancestors, humans weren't the only ones on this ship. I see Wadi names, Zoraxian names, even a Krill. But how? Why?" "A secret project between multiple species all working together. Led by the humans. It doesn't make any sense," Zolox exclaimed. "And why hide the fleet here of all places?" Boron paced the bridge, mind racing. Suddenly he stopped, a terrible realization dawning. "Zolox, check the date on that final log entry." The apprentice scrolled through the data, locating the last transmission. He read the date stamp out loud, confusion in his voice. Boron grabbed the console, knuckles whitening. "That's what I thought. The last entry, it's from the time of the Great Cataclysm. You don't think—" Zolox looked up at Boron, eyes widening with the same horrifying thought. "You don't think the humans in this project had something to do with the Cataclysm?" Boron sat down heavily, eye stalks drooping. "I don't know. Ancestors help us, I don't know, but we have to keep searching. We're getting closer to the truth." He looked around the silent bridge, determination solidifying. The secrets here could rewrite everything we thought we knew about the galaxy and the humans' place in it. We have to solve this mystery, no matter the cost. Boron and Zolox exchanged a glance, the weight of Ramos's words hanging heavy in the air between them. For several long moments, the only sound was the faint hum of the Vanguard's ancient systems. Finally, Boron broke the silence. I can't believe it. All this time we thought the humans were just another casualty of the cataclysm, but they knew it was coming. They tried to save us all. Zolox nodded slowly, still processing the revelation. He turned back to the console, scanning the data for more clues. Look at this, Boron. The Vanguard wasn't just carrying genetic material. It was a fully functional seed vault and archive. It has data on ecosystems, cultural histories, scientific knowledge, everything needed to rebuild a civilization. Boron leaned in, his eye stalks twitching with excitement. Incredible. The humans weren't just trying to preserve life. They were trying to preserve knowledge itself. They wanted to give the galaxy a chance to start over, to learn from the past. He straightened up, a fierce determination in his eyes. Zolox, do you realize what this means? The humans didn't abandon us. They sacrificed themselves to give us a future. We owe it to their memory to make sure that sacrifice wasn't in vain. Zolox met his gaze, nodding resolutely. You're right, Boron. We have to find out what happened to the rest of the Exodus fleet. If there are other ships out there like the Vanguard, their cargo could change everything. It could help us rebuild what was lost in the cataclysm. Boron was already moving, his fingers flying over the console as he searched for more information. There has to be a clue here somewhere, a hint about where the other ships were headed. Keep looking, Zolox. We can't let this discovery fade into obscurity. The galaxy needs to know the truth about the humans and what they did for us all. As the two Wadi researchers dove back into their work with renewed purpose, the holographic image of Commander Ramos continued to flicker above them, a silent testament to a species that had given everything to secure the future, even as they faced their own extinction. The secrets of the Vanguard had waited centuries to be uncovered, and now the truth would finally be known. The sacrifices of the humans would not be forgotten. Their legacy would endure, as long as there were those brave enough to seek it out. As Ramos's image flickered out, Boron and Zolox sat in stunned silence, the weight of the revelation crashing over them like a tidal wave. The humans, the very species they had dismissed as primitive savages, had been the galaxy's saviors all along. Zolox broke the silence, his voice trembling with awe. Boron, do you realize what this means? The humans, they saved us, all of us. Every species that's alive today, we owe it to them. Boron nodded slowly, his mind racing as he processed the implications. And not just us, the Vanguard's cargo. It's the most valuable treasure in the universe. The genetic legacy of an entire galaxy, preserved against all odds. Suddenly an alarm blared through the ship, jolting them out of their reverie. Zolox leaped to the console, his eye stalks swiveling frantically as he scanned the readouts. Boron, we've got company. A Zoraxian ship just dropped out of hyperspace, and they're armed to the teeth. Boron's face hardened, his eye stalks narrowing. The Zoraxians, of course, they must have picked up our transmissions, and if they find out what's on this ship... Zolox gulped, his tentacles twitching nervously. They'll stop at nothing to get their claws on it, the most valuable biological resource in the galaxy. They could hold the entire galactic community for ransom. Boron nodded grimly, his mind already racing through the potential consequences. Or worse, they could use it to create a new race of Zoraxian super-soldiers, an army bred for conquest, with the best traits of every species at their command. Zolox's eye stalks drooped, the weight of their predicament sinking in. What do we do, Boron? We can't let the Zoraxians have this ship, but we can't fight them off alone. Boron was silent for a long moment, his mind churning through the options. Then his eye stalks snapped up, a glimmer of hope in his gaze. Alone? No, but maybe we don't have to. Zolox, the crew manifest, did any of those species have descendants on Wadi Prime? Zolox scanned the list quickly, his eye stalks darting back and forth. Then he nodded vigorously. Yes, there's a Krill matriarch in the capital, and a Zoraxian exile in the northern wastes, and... Boron cut him off, a plan already forming in his mind. Perfect, here's what we're going to do. He leaned in close, his voice low and urgent as he outlined his scheme. Zolox listened intently, his eye stalks widening as he grasped the audacity of the plan. Boron, that's insane, but it just might work. Boron grinned, a fierce determination burning in his gaze. It has to work. The fate of the galaxy depends on it. Now let's get moving. We don't have much. You have reached the end of the story. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and for every comment that says 88, I will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.